Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video today we are going to talk about how you can lead through personal growth. And the requirements to lead through personal growth are going to be divided in these 7 ways in which you will be able to master your circumstances. You will be able to lead your guided professionals, your business associates in the right way. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get right into this video with these 7 ways. So the first is self-reflection. You have to spend time to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your motivations, because that's what's gonna help you to create your plan for the future and for realizing who you could be in the process of developing yourself. Because once you know your strengths, once you know your weaknesses, then nobody can tell you anything other than that than what you already know. So it will be a form of power if you move in the direction of realizing your strengths and your weaknesses, and you have to create a set of values for yourself. Then you won't just seem powerful, then you won't just seem like a leader. You will actually be a leader when you create your values, when you create your motivations, when you create your intentions on where you are leading and where you're going. That's how you realize that what you're doing is important for you. People see that what you're doing is important, and people are gonna be able to realize that you are heading somewhere, you are going somewhere, and they will like to join in on that voyage with you. Your motivations and your values are gonna be essential to make you become a person of character. And that's not just it. You have to also self-reflect on your actions. You have to be able to reflect on the outcome of your actions, your decisions, whether those outcomes are really in the nature of what you desire, and are they helping you move towards something that you have always valued. If your actions are not in correspondence with those outcomes that you are seeking, then you must change your ways of deciding on how you act. So you have to self-reflect. Self-reflection is a great way to monitor yourself, because before a leader can actually become a leader, he must be able to monitor himself before he can monitor others. You cannot monitor others before monitoring yourself. So self-reflection plays an important role in determining whether you will become a leader or not, whether you are a leader or not, because it begins with you. Everything begins with you. You have to realize that. You must realize that. And the next is continual learning. A leader is always a continual learner. He is fascinated by new things. He is curious about new things. He is always stepping in front of others to make sure that he's learning. He's above everyone else who they are working for. If somebody is working for you, you better have that much ability to realize that in order to lead them, you have to have a certain knowledge, a certain learning ability, which is beyond the people that are following you, or beyond the capacity that they can actually have to discipline themselves. If they do not see that you are learning, and if they see that you have stagnated on your journey, and if they see you that you are just making use of your position, if they see you as someone who directs us and it's not someone who is continuously inspiring us or motivating us or somehow giving us that feeling of security that you are behind the best leader there could be, then it's something that you will be called out on your leadership skills. You will find yourself where people who are following you will not respect you for who you are, who is making use of the position that he's been granted, or he somehow has acquired through social association. So you have to always realize the fact that you are not the person, someone who is stagnated, and because you are leading an organization, you're leading business, you're being that person who has to constantly keep everybody in loop of how things are going. A continuous learner will always find solutions to any problem. But if you are not a continuous learner, you will always be blaming your associates, you will always be blaming your juniors, you will always be blaming the people that are following you, and you will find yourself losing out on the opportunity of being a leader in the true sense, in the real sense. And that's what your position can be in jeopardy. You could actually lose out on a lot of money. You could actually lose out on some important associations that have associated with you for the reason they see you as a leader. And therefore, be careful and be cautious. Once you recognize that you are always at scrutiny by your followers, by your peers, then you will always be responsible for actually continually learning. Next is healthy habits. Are you aware of your habits? Do you recognize what kind of habits are you fostering within yourself? Are you aware of the bad habits that you have somehow inculcated in you that you might have to let go of? Because the people that are really looking to be leaders, they have that capacity, they have that ability to transform their bad habits into good habits. As a leader, you should have that kind of willpower. If you do not have that kind of willpower to turn your bad habits into good habits, then you have to first work on yourself and you're strengthening your mind. Because in order to actually be able to be a good leader, you have to first be able to command your own being. You have to be able to realize the fact that if you yourself cannot command yourself, how can you command someone else? Your ability to command someone else comes from being able to command yourself. So realize the fact that healthy habits are not just a requirement, they are what is going to set you apart from everyone else. That's because majority of people are not able to create and are not able to break their bad habits. And that's why a leader comes to not just inspire, not just be able to give them the motivation or the inspiration, but also set an example for them so that they are able to actually transform their own behaviors and their attitudes into real potential that they hold within themselves. And our success truly depends on the habits that we create for ourselves. The many, the better. Next is valued goals. Now, this is something which most people think that it's been said too many times, but goals, it's something that you value truly. What you truly value is something that should be set as a goal. And as a leader, if you do not value something, you will definitely be called out on the way you're going or the things that you're doing, because eventually the amount of value that you put as a leader in the thing that you're doing and the passion that you bring and the predilection that you are moving with, like how much confidence you have in that idea that you are setting yourself up for, depends on the fact that how well are you able to realize that this is something that I have decided for myself, or this is something that I have decided for the people in my organization that is going to benefit them and it's going to benefit me as well. So the goal must benefit all. The goal must not just benefit you as an individual. It should benefit you as a whole. If you're an organization, if you're a person who is making sure that everybody is benefited, that's the real leader. That's leadership at its best. That's leadership where you know that everything will come together when you join the ability to help others see the best for them. Once you know that your reasons for achieving something has to be included with the people that work for you, or has to be included with the people that follow you, the people that depend on you. And those are the people that are going to literally be blessed more than you if you are moving towards something that you value as an entire business that you are running. So the goals must be for the entire organization, for the entire people that are working for you. Feedback. Now, I don't know any leader that does not take any feedback. I mean, I feel that every leader must have that ability to take feedback, take criticism, take the advice of someone that he truly feels will give him an honest answer, an honest reply to the way that you have been deciding on matters which have been important for other people as well. So you have to be able to realize the fact that the feedback gives the person not just fair criticism, but it also helps you to recognize what needs to be changed, what needs to be corrected, and what needs to be put in order, so that next time that not just a few people get a better advantage, that everybody must get the real advantage of how things are happening. Real leadership calls for recognizing and taking criticism, having the ability to take some criticism. The best of the people in the world, in the history, have succumbed to the worst of criticisms. And a real leader comes through those criticisms, as a person who changes things from there on, he is able to take those as feedback. He is able to make those changes for the people, for himself, for the ability to realize that we are continuously growing, that we are not someone that are going to take criticism as something that is being said against us. We are going to work on it, and we must be continuously working on that. Now, the next thing is apply what you learn. Applied knowledge is true knowledge. Applied knowledge brings about a change in your nervous system, in your entire physical body, because you're not just memorizing stuff, you're not just literally reading things, you're literally applying the knowledge that you have just gained to advance and to practice, whether that knowledge that you've just gained, whether it is worthy of its appreciation or whether it is something that can truly be practically applied. If you do not apply it, you will never be able to realize the fact that all that knowledge that you've so gaining, that you have so memorized, it will all be forgotten. If you do not apply that knowledge, eventually you will find yourself overloaded with information, because you will feel that everybody has all these perspectives to say about this thing or that thing, and eventually you'll find yourself falling down in the learning curve, because the learning curve really is dependent on how you apply that knowledge that you are seeking. And if you do not apply the knowledge, you will automatically become stagnant. You will automatically lose out on the things that you could have actually advanced yourself with. And that's why it's so important that you are personally growing yourself with the knowledge that you are applying continuously in your careers, in your profession, and in your business. And the final one is encourage growth in others. How do we encourage growth in others? You have to be a person who himself is inspired enough, is motivated enough, is as a leader, is responsible enough for those people that are working for you. Or if you are not at a position where people can begin to actually give you that respect, you have to find someone that will provide you an opportunity to embrace those skills that come with the knowledge, that you have the power to encourage others with your own story, with your own life, with your own ability to recognize that if somehow you were able to actually get this opportunity or get that opportunity or be able to apply all of this that is being said, then you are someone that is gonna find himself reaching out to people in the best way possible. Encouraging growth in others is something that comes from your own story, comes from your own personal challenges that you have overcome, comes from your own understanding of how life is and how life can actually be overcome. If you are putting in the minds of people that this is something which is challenging and this is something which will always be difficult, you're not allowing people to be leaders someday themselves. If you're not in the process of creating leaders, so in your own organization, in your own business, then you'll always find yourself as a poor leader, because a real leader only creates leaders. And being a leader and being someone who has been able to overcome his challenges, has been able to overcome his obstacles, has been able to define himself through those challenges, through those difficulties, through those phases in life where you were left to your own self, where you had to come up with answers to certain questions. If you do not impart that knowledge to others through your own experiences, they will not see how a leader is born. They will not be able to see how someone can actually overcome their obstacles. They will not be able to see how they can actually overcome their own difficulties. They will not be able to see those things. And in order for them to see those things, you will have to find your own challenges and actually overcome them. And in order to overcome them, you will have to be bold. So that's all for today. I'm going to see you in my next video. Thank you so much, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, because I'm going to be coming back with more such videos. Thank you so much.